Hola amigos! Welcome to Singing Senorita, where I share lesson plans, organizational ideas, and teaching tips that I've learned after 23 years of teaching. And today I am so excited to share one of my favorite resources that I've ever created. I've been playing around with it myself quite a bit lately, and that is my Create a Character Tracing Pack. So, I know I like to have projects in my classroom, but some of my students are not very creative and not very artistic. So this is my solution. So what it is, it's a pack where students can trace the different features of a character to create their own unique person. So what the pack has are different face shapes, and these heads, as you saw on mine, are going to be really big. And then they get to fill in their face with different eyes, with noses, with different mouths. They can put some ears on their character. Then they have the different hairstyles. So we have hairstyles for girls, we have hairstyles for guys. Then they get to put the bodies on them. So here are some of the character bodies. Different sports, different activities. They got some girl things going on, and then they can even put accessories on their little character depending on who they're creating. I even put in some earrings. And then we're not just having fun, we're actually going to make them work with this. So I just have a page where students would have to write about their character. So what I plan on doing with this. Now, if I were teaching Spanish 1, which I'm not this year, I would just simply have my students describe the character that they created. Easy peasy. So if you're teaching about different body parts, or if you're teaching about descriptions or personality, you could just have students write on this page after they've created the character, have them write out what the character is. And maybe as an extension, you could do a gallery walk. You put up the characters. And then what I've done in the past is I have taken the writing about the character, I've typed it up and maybe done like 10 different ones, and see if the students can figure out which character is being talked about by reading the description. It's just a fun way. And then students are so proud when they get theirs on the wall. Now, I'm not teaching 1 this year. I am teaching 2 and 3. So for 2, I've got 2 different ideas going. We'll just see which one falls better, but they're going to be learning about shopping. So I might have them create a little shopping character, and they either have to describe the outfit that the person has on, or they have to describe the shopping trip that the person is going to take. So either way, they're going to have to be writing after they have the fun of creating their character. Or I might use it to talk about what this character used to be like as a child when we go over that vocabulary. Now with my Spanish 3, what I'm going to have to do is have them create their character, but then also a background to put their character on. So they have a whole scene, and what they're going to do is write a story in the past about this character and why this background is what it is. So it's going to be a very creative project, but also they're going to have to be using their preterite and imperfect, which is one of the major things in Spanish 3. So I am just so excited to introduce this to my students this year. Now, one of the things I'm going to do, because this packet is so big, there's 20 something pages in here, and I'm going to make a class set of my biggest class, and then I'm going to number each packet, and then take my roster and number my students just to make sure, because I know when I've done creative things like this in the past, students want to take my packets home, but I don't have enough packets or paper for that. So they're gonna have to keep them in the class. At the end of class, I make sure that I have 1 through whatever that final number is, and that just keeps me sane and not having to make a bajillion copies. But it's just so much fun to watch students as they do this. Now, my plan I've described to you what I'm going to do. The reason why I use these sometimes is I give speaking tests and I need my other students to be very quiet and occupied. This is the perfect thing because they are so excited, and sometimes they will make multiple characters to keep them occupied while I'm talking with students one-on-one. So I'm planning on doing a speaking test in both levels, but at different times. And this is what my students will be working on. They're writing and creating their character while my students are coming back one-on-one to talk with me, which usually takes 2 days to get through every one of my students. So I hope that these ideas and this resource has given you some ideas of what you can do in your own class. And I know finals are coming up. This may be a project that you want them to work on even after finals, or you may just give it to them for something to do. I'm personally going to wait till the new year because I want to introduce something super fun when they first get back to just get them excited about the new year in Spanish. Well, I hope this has helped you, and I hope you have an awesome week and an awesome Christmas vacation, which is coming up in just a week for us. So happy teaching and adios.